Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Apologies, my mic was in the wrong spot. We've got that figured out now, though. Give me one moment. We're just gonna send the link out real quick. Just need one moment, please. Also, I appreciate everyone that's tuned in before and currently, whether or not you're here or not right now. I appreciate everyone that has been by. We did hit affiliate over the weekend. All thanks to everyone that's been tuning in. I do appreciate it. This was one of my goals, and we've hit it earlier than I think I would have thought, and it's very appreciated, and yeah, it means a lot. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about Twitch. If you're on YouTube right now, we are making moves on Twitch, and we're moving one step closer to where we want to be, so that's all I mean by that. But we're going to be getting into the road to glory tonight. I was going to do some online lobbies this week, kind of like we did last week, but with the EA glitch that's currently out right now, I just think that maybe it's better that we stay maybe offline for now. But again, not everything's perfect, so we are working with our road to glory today because of the EA things that went over the weekend. What up, Shay? What up, brother? Welcome in. I appreciate all the love on Instagram. Saw that you found me on another platform. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated, my friend. Yeah, Shay, I don't know if you have heard about what's going on or what went on this weekend on Apex, but it was bad, and I like to be on the safer side, so I am just gonna avoid. Of course, I'm happy to see you grow. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That's love. I do appreciate that. My Instagram has been doing pretty well in the last like week or two. My Instagram and my YouTube have both been really, really good, and my TikTok has been like kind of falling behind, but again, I try not to focus on this single day views and one video views because I know that some of my content is not catered to a lot of people that are on TikTok, and I understand that. So yeah, we're just gonna be jumping into the road to glory. We're at the Hungaroring today. We are live on YouTube and Twitch, of course, so make sure you let me know what platform you're on, so that way I can see which one we've got going on. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Again, I will say one more time, very, very, very much appreciated for all the Twitch viewers and the YouTube viewers in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks considering. We did hit Twitch affiliate over the weekend. All thanks to everyone that's been tuned in, everyone that's shown love. Shay, of course, means you as well. I I really owe it all to everyone that's been watching and my family and my support system. So appreciate everyone. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep on pushing on. That's our goal. Like I said, though, we are gonna play on the safer side of the EA thing. So we're doing our road to glory today. Just gonna be simple. We're doing something that we usually do. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos or any of the highlights, you should go check out my YouTube. You will be caught up if you watch up all the videos. Our most recent race, we did have a mechanical failure. What's happening with EA? It's not really EA, I would say, but like Apex was hacked over the weekend. The like tournament finals, I can't remember the exact tournament name. I think it's ALGS, but the NA finals were hacked, and Jen Burton and Hal, TSM Imperial Hal. I don't know if you like follow Apex or not, or if you know anything about those people, but they were in the middle of a tournament and they pretty much got hacked, and they have hacks on their computer mid tournament that showed up mid game, and the person got through their server, got through their computer through the EA server, and it was like a RCE glitch. So that means what am I trying to say? RCE, it takes over your computer. Basically, they can control whatever they want. They can see everything and do whatever they want to your computer. So it's not ideal. I got a 1 minute ad. Hey, listen. I apologize. If you have Twitch Prime, you can get rid of it. I can't turn some of the ads off. It makes you run some ads. But back to what I was saying. Basically, it was a glitch where someone was able to run an RCE hack, which is like a remote control something. I can't remember the exact name for it, but they were basically able to take over said computer and do whatever they want. So they were playing the game, but also like they downloaded the hacks on the back end, if you understand what I'm saying. More than likely, they probably got into the system before the tournament, installed the hacks without them knowing, blah, 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 blah. That's at least what is being thrown around the community right now. So, in my case, I wanted to just err on the safer side, and I'm just gonna stay offline until maybe like the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. Hopefully, they'll say something. I know that it's more than likely an Apex server EA sort of thing, because EA posted a tweet that said that it wasn't anything to do with the anti-cheat, and there was no way that it was involving the anti-cheat somehow. So they were basically trying to say that it was the code on Apex's side, which I don't necessarily understand that, but I'm not a coder, so I'm not questioning their judgment. I'm just gonna err on the safer side, and we're staying on the road to glory for today. That's basically where we're going at here. Who do we consider our rival? Now, this is a tough question. I think we're gonna go George.
Thanks.
Lewis is probably
I appreciate you taking the
too
time
tough.
to help out.
What up, Shay? I apologize for the ad, brother.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell a team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
That one hurts. I will tell you that. That would have been pretty huge going into the Hungaroring, and we lose it. Not big. We probably only got like. Now the ad isn't your fault. Just comes with affiliate. I mean, if you got a Twitch Prime sub, you take it away. But if not, I get it. Trust me. If I was balling already, I'd be turning the ads as low as they could possibly go. I'm not really happy about that failure, but I think we have to move on. Not happy about the failure. It's okay. Could be worse, could be better. Solar Kitten to Earth, do you read? Over. Earth to Solar Kitten, I read. Over. Appreciate you, Solar. Welcome in. Okay. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I, I, I'm sorry, Solar. Apparently, Nightbot said that message didn't belong. Nightbot's on like the lowest moderation it can be, and it's still just decided that that message is not good enough. All right, we're gonna go into this. I don't think we need a penalty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nightbot needs to take a chill, dog. We're not gonna take a penalty because we don't need to take a new engine. We are putting new engine components in just to avoid a potential disaster. We're gonna do one practice session. Okay, so my wheel just broke. Racing F1, what game? F1 23, Solar. Do you like to go fast? What up, Nolan? Appreciate you stopping by. Of course I like to go fast. This is F1 23, Solar. Shay, what happened, brother? The USB port is broken. Is there like a mid connection where it snaps together into two parts? That's what I mean. You've had the Logitech. You know that the one, it's like one end is, I can't even think of the port that it's called. Okay, Nightbot, you gotta chill, bruh. What is happening? Listen, I don't know what Nightbot's doing. Taking back Ricky Bobby. No, it's a USB port. It's weird. I would honestly get on Reddit and look up like someone that had the same problem and see if there's a way to fix it for real. That's my best bet. If anytime I have like a problem that I can't find a YouTube video for, there's like a thing in the middle on the female side and it came out with the male side. Oh, that does not sound good. Sounds like your best bet is going to be to honestly have to rewire it maybe, which sounds difficult, but it might be cheaper than buying a brand new wheel. I mean, that would be the last thing that you'd want to do, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know your financial status. I'm just saying, if it were me, I would definitely be looking up some way to try and fix it. Because I do not enjoy that you just said that. That is not good. Yeah, I'm going to contact Moza. I think I still have a warranty on it. That would be huge. I I hope that you do. If you don't, I will honestly try and look up some things and see if I can't figure out a fix for it, because not only do I enjoy racing with you, but I don't want to see your wheel go down. Last thing that you need to have to do is spend more money on a brand new wheel just to fix a problem that you shouldn't have to have. No one wants to do that. No one wants to do that. And I would hate to see you have to do that too. Okay, we just cranked the brake bias down on accident. It's all good. If you're in the YouTube vertical stream, make sure you let me know. If you want to see the whole screen, make sure you check out the horizontal stream. We are live vertically and horizontally on YouTube. Or you can come over to the Twitch channel, Ghost HV, on all of the platforms. We're going to let him pass us. I'm not really trying to be in front of anyone right now. Yeah, Shay, I hope that you at least still have the warranty, or if not, they can at least figure something out for you, because, I mean, from what I've heard, their customer service is pretty good, but I also know that they're a very fast-growing company, and you and I both know what sometimes can happen in those companies. So I hope that that's not the case. But for the sake of the argument, I'm going to say you have a warranty and it'll be fixed by next week. Do you ever play on controller? Or have you ever played on controller? I've never played on a controller. The only reason that I need a controller, I found out, is for the photo mode, and that's because for some reason my wheel doesn't ever want to cooperate in the photo mode. So it's just easier to plug in a controller. No, you never played on controller? Well, what other games do you play? You have to play something else besides F1, right? I mean, I guess you don't have to. I just assume. Yeah, I don't think I could ever play on a controller. It would just feel weird. And I'm not a controller driver. I started and grew up on FPS games, and I grew up on a console, so like I appreciate the follow. Thor. I apologize, I was trying to get a good name. Yeah, Moza, but unfortunately his wheel just broke, so he's gonna be contacting them, trying to figure something out. Yeah, Shay, I understand, brother. Trust me. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now about. Is it the R5? That's a question that you'd have to ask him, honestly. I think it is, but I don't want to say 100%. Shay, you had the R5 bundle, right? There you go, Thor. What about yours? Mine is I have a Logitech G923. So I just have the Logitech pedals and the G923 wheel. I don't have the Pro bundle or anything. I will and plan to upgrade in the future when it's in the budget. Right now it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, if I do upgrade to anything, it'll be the Moza as well. I think that they're the best bet to go with. I think that it's the most money for, I mean, I think you get the most bang for your buck at the price point that it is, and really no other company can beat what they offer right now. Might have to hook up the Logitech G920. Oh, you kept it? That's a smart idea. How long you guys been playing F1 and other racing games? I mean, I played like Need for Speed when I was like 6 and 7 years old on like PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 1s. Like I started on Need for Speed, and then my first racing game after Need for Speed was Forza, well no, Gran Turismo 4. And then I've been playing F1 since F120. Not a very long time. I'm pretty new to it. I actually got introduced to F1 on YouTube. I was watching a tiametmarduk video. I don't know if either one of you know who that is. I'm sure, being that you're an F1 person yourself, both of you probably do. But I didn't even know. What up, Alfie? Welcome in. Okay. Nightbot is gonna have to chill out on the deleting messages. Also, Thor, if I'm reading messages that aren't there, it's because I got 2 streams going on YouTube right now. Nice, I just got into the game sometime after getting into the sport. Thanks, I like F1 too. How long you been playing, Thor? You said you just got into it. I'm guessing it was either last year or year before last. Alfie, same question goes to you, brother. How long you been enjoying F1? How long you been playing or watching? No, LMAO, like now. Oh, I got you. Like this year. But the sport last year. Game now. I got you, I got you. One of my favorite things to do is look up like old. How about you? I've been I've been watching the sport since 2018. So what's that? 6 years. I've been watching the sport since 2018, but I didn't know about the scene of the game and the sim racing scene until 2019, late 2019, and then I finally got my wheel in the game and everything early 2020. Alfie says since about November 2023, so not long. So you both are pretty relatively new. It's not too bad. I'm gonna maybe guess that at least one of you is from a Drive to Survive series, and if that's the case, that's cool. I'm down with it. I love the series. I do think that there's definitely created drama, but there has to be. It creates interest for people who aren't already interested and brings new people in, which I respect and enjoy at any time. At any time, I appreciate that. Kind of. Hey, listen, even if that's not the way that you found out and you went and watched it and then you enjoyed it more, whatever you want to say, I'm down for whatever. If you want to say that you're an OG fan since you were born, it's on you, man. Close friend who recommended me to F1, but I hated the idea. Happy I understand American language because I am British. Do you not speak English? I feel like, I mean, some of our words are very different, but there's a lot of similarities. Then they told me to watch Drive to Survive, and I loved it after that. I started watching races and got addicted. Yeah, once you watch a Grand Prix, I think that there's no way of going back. One of my favorite things to do, personally, is if you have the F1 TV subscription, I like Multiviewer. It's Multiviewer for F1 TV. It's a third-party app, so I don't know if I should really be saying this out loud, but a lot of Welsh and mostly British. Okay, I got you. Well, I'm glad that you can understand me. I can speak a little bit of Spanish and read mostly Spanish, but that's my other languages. I'm trying to adapt myself and learn Spanish and French. but I'm only 8 years old and I'm amazing at F1 games already. Hey, if that's the case, man, if you want to keep doing it, keep doing it. If you enjoy it for fun, enjoy it for fun. You have plenty of time. Especially if you're really only 8, you have plenty of time. There's nothing to worry about. Enjoy school, enjoy your homework, and find whatever you love. And if it's F1 and you're great at it, then just keep doing it. Because if you're fast already at 8, the more and more that you practice, once you get about 15, 16, when your reaction time settles in and everything else kind of wears down, that's when you'll turn into your prime time right there. Trust me. I may not look like I know much, but I got some wisdom behind my years. What's your team, by the way? My favorite team's Mercedes. Second favorite is probably going to be Haas because they're the only American team on the grid. And then
okay, test complete, and that was a really
I'm a sub to you. I appreciate it, Alfie. Appreciate you commenting. Appreciate the sub. Like Mercedes too. Or what's your team, brother? We got Shay is a Tifosi. He's a true Tifosi. We got 2 Mercedes. I'd probably have to say it's Mercedes, Haas, and then I really like McLaren, but I really just like Lando and Zach Brown. I don't know if it's necessarily McLaren or if Tifosi as well. Hey, I respect that. Lewis or George? Lewis is my favorite driver. This is one of Lewis's, and this is another one of Lewis's. Up here I got Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher. You can't see it in the camera, but if you have me on Snapchat or if you have me on TikTok, sometimes I post my stories on there and you can see a little bit of the background of my cards. Like George. Hey, listen, I don't hate George. I think he's a great driver. He's young, he's got a lot to learn. He's definitely one of the fastest drivers on the grid currently, and I think that people don't give him some of the credit that he deserves. But I do think it'll be interesting. Lewis becoming Tifosi soon. I'm sad because Carlos is leaving. Ayrton and Michael Schumacher. Yeah, I have these two. Those are 2 up here. You can't really see them in the webcam because I can only really get this part of the webcam so you can see my face and stuff. But on my TikTok and stuff, I have 4 right here. But this one's a gym painting. These are just cloth. I didn't expect Lewis to leave Mercedes, but after some of the news broke about what happened and what they did and what Ferrari did, and the fact that Mercedes didn't give them a ambassador role and they wouldn't give him the contract that he wanted, and etc., 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 and no one was listening to his input about the car. I can understand. But I was shocked. But it'll be interesting. Carlos will find... I think Carlos either goes to the Red Bull or the Aston. I really do. Those are my 2 best bets for where Carlos goes. Could be very well wrong. There's a lot to happen.
Checks complete. Everyone be
I'm the
aware,
only one
we've got a car leaving the garage.
watching this live. Never mind. Hey, Alfie, if you're the only one in here, brother, I appreciate it. It'll be me and you on YouTube. If you do want to see the whole stream, you can check out the horizontal stream. I know that you're vertical right now, but I do have it live vertically on YouTube as well, and I'm also live on Twitch vertically, horizontally. Sorry. I think Max is going to Mercedes with George. I don't think Max will leave at Red Bull. I really don't. We'll be watching Melbourne this weekend. Yeah, I'll be watching the race. Like I said, one of my favorite things to do is I will load up multi-viewer. I don't know if anyone else watches like on their computer or not, but sometimes I'll watch on my computer so I can sit in my bed or sit on my like regular chair. And there's an app called Multi-Viewer for F1, and you can pull up a lot of different like I gotta go, but next time you do live, I'll try and join by. I appreciate you stopping by, Alfie. Have a good night, man. Good luck racing. But yeah, the multi-viewer, you can pull up more than one broadcast. So like, I pull up the international channel because I like Crofty a lot. He's my favorite commentator. But I pull up the international channel, and then I pull up like Lewis Hamilton's onboard camera, and I have Max Verstappen's camera. I have Norris's camera. I have like 8 different drivers' cameras up, and then I have the data timing up, and then I have the track map up, and then I have, by the way, about Horner, you think he's lying or something? Okay, I'll say this. I don't want to address the Horner situation a bunch because it's a lot of controversy and it's bad news for the sport, and I don't enjoy it at all. Although the rumors that I've heard and the things that have gone around about the employee now being on a paid suspension leave and the fact that the employee got a settlement, none of it looks good. And usually, if you're innocent, you don't settle. I don't know if anyone in here has watched Suits before, but I know they have money for good enough lawyers. I'm not saying that they should have. I'm just saying if he was really innocent, I don't think that any money would have been involved. Again, I could be 100% wrong, but I don't think everything is coming out the way that it should. I'll just put it that way.
Okay, that's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't.
We're gonna have to redo that lap there. We'll do a quick jump back to the garage. But yeah, Thor, I mean, it's a valid question, and I'm not mad or anything about you asking. It is respectable for asking. I understand. I don't want to put my opinion into other people's business, but I've already just said that it's bad news for the sport. I don't really like it, and it's just I've really read a lot about it. Can't stand to think he would do these things, but I'm starting to take the employee's POV. It's hard. It's hard not to. In some cases, it really is. Especially because
okay, when you're ready, let's go.
Knowing what everyone knows about the world, or what everyone should know about the world by now. Just submitted a support ticket because I can't find anything about warranty, and I've never dealt with other warranties or returns before. The only warranties I've ever dealt with were like in-store situations. Like I bought a game at Best Buy, or like my microphone at Best Buy. Those are the only times that I've like dealt with some kind of warranty situation. I've never had a online warranty, so I don't really know what the best way to do it, but a ticket is probably one of the better ways to go about it, because I mean ultimately they probably look at every single ticket. At least you would hope and think that they do. And I mean, from what I've heard, their customer service is great, so I don't see why they wouldn't. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say that nothing happened, and it's hard to say that something did happen, because ultimately you'll never know. you won't until something does come out, and then who's to say if it's really even the truth? Because something has already came out, so like, it's all speculation, and that's what I hate. I wish it was just a little bit more transparent, because that's what the sport deserves. And that's what that employee deserves, regardless of what happened. Because ultimately, that's why those victims don't speak up, is because they're never believed in those situations. So, but again, I don't want to sit and talk about it forever. Submitted a ticket to them. Sorry, I'll read the message in 1 second. I'm really trying to lock in on this lap here. Pretty sure I know what it says, but again, I'm not one that's gonna assume anything. I submitted a ticket to them before and they responded somewhat quickly. Yeah, that's what I figured that message was going to say, but... Okay, so we got target 7th on the qualifying pace. Not necessarily worried about it. That is lower than I would have liked to have heard. I'm really weak down the straights, of course, because we're running extremely high downforce. But I don't understand how I'm so weak on some of the corners. Maybe I need to put the power down more. I don't know. Either way, practice session done. We're going to jump to qualifying. Should be maxed out on our resource points here.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3.
Carlos
Sights,
goes 3 thousandths faster than us. Hey, I appreciate it.
Sadly, it's
Thanks for
time
taking
to say
P1, dog. No, I'm just kidding. It's just practice 1. Doesn't really matter. It's not a show of pace. And we're going to skip the show of pace anyways, because we're jumping straight to qualifying. We don't have a grid penalty this race. We know we can perform. It all comes down to how good we can really show up. How good we can put that first lap down to. Excuse me. I apologize. Alright. Alright. Let's get into it. We're going to try and save a set of tires. So what we're going to do is we're going to accelerate the time. Let them come out, put their laps down, put the rubber down. We'll come out like right before everyone else comes out again. So like right now.
All set, we're ready to go, so let's get the
Now there's a little bit more rubber on the track. Everyone else should be pitting. We'll come out. There's still 10 minutes in the session, so if we somehow screw these laps up, we still have time to come back. But we really just need to try and save a set of tires at some point. I'd like to do it in Q1. Logitech pedals feel weird. Yeah, I'm sure they probably feel insanely different compared to the Moza. Especially now because you've used the Moza for so long, you're probably so used to it. It's going to be a dangerous game. That's all I got to say. Just don't get too comfortable on the Logitech. Moses sending you something back. Because then you'll have another learning curve again. And nobody wants that. See, like I said, everyone else is pitted. So I mean, the track's clean. No one else is out. We're just warming the tires. We've got plenty of fuel. We're gonna back off now, let the tires cool down a little bit on the way in. Let the brakes cool down. We'll switch to hot lap right after this corner. I think that was a pretty decent exit. A little bit of wheel spin there. It's all good. There we go. Put the power down a little bit. 1 second, Shay. I will read that on this next straight, brother. Should have been in 4th gear there. We almost invalidate. Just gonna try and play racing games for a bit. Do you have any FPS? I know that you didn't say earlier you've been on a F1 kick, but mostly if I'm not racing, I usually play something FPS. Unless there's like a party game that's free or cheap.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
P10. We could have done better. We should have done better.
Alonso ahead, so their best lap time is a 1:16.6.
We will do better right now. We're probably going to have to come out again because everyone else is going to come out again. We're not very safe. That's what worries me. We're still P10. Yeah, everyone else is coming out now.
Okay,
I used
that's
to
all
play
the checks
Destiny
complete.
2 a
We're ready to
lot,
go.
but that game is ass now. Yeah, I don't play Destiny anymore. I tried. My buddy used to play it a bunch. He loves Destiny. I tried. It's just one of those games that you have to grind forever. Okay, well, we're going to try and give Perez the room, but we're going to be awfully close to the time to cross the line. I really am not trying to ruin his lap here, but I mean, he's the one doing it to himself. I mean, I'm not going to stay behind him if he's going to give me the room. Is this Sonoda behind us? Yeah, it is. Of course it is. He's the only driver that would push that hard while I was already pushing that hard.
And that's just 30 seconds
No
left
wheel
in the
spin that
session.
time. That's not bad. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, let's hope for an improvement. The most frustrating thing about it is that I already scrubbed these tires so that they're already ruined. Invalidating that lap didn't do anything for us besides ruin these tires and put us on the drop zone. Now we just gotta pray. I think we're safe. There's a couple people that could have started their lap already, like the 4 or 5 people behind us. We just gotta hope that they don't improve. They don't. That was lucky. First of all. Second of all, that was lucky. Albon just gets through. By the skin of his teeth, he gets through. Alright, we're gonna have to set our banker lap on used tires. Because we need the old ones. Well, we need the new ones. Let's turn the tire pressure up. No. Keep it down. Keep it down. We'll set our banker now. We'll skip through some time. Hopefully we cross, like, try and be the last one across the line. Close to the last one across the line. Hopefully not invalidate. And maybe we make it through to Q3. That's the dream here. So we are on used tires. No big deal. That, however, was a big deal. I hate that it's always on hot lap. Just instinctively. Buddy, if you want to pass me, pass me. I'm not here to do you any favors. Here for myself, my friend. Let the brakes cool down. We know they're hot. It's the last thing we need before we start our lap. We'll give Lance Stroll his space, and then the only thing I don't like about the AI is that there's practically no room. Why would he want to be behind me? He's going to end up ruining both of our laps. Just like that. Now we can't even get a scrub set on a banker because George is over here trying to pass us, and we're both trying to set banker laps. What's the reason? I don't understand how they can't code that into the game. Trying to see how this wheel feels. Everything's probably going to feel horrendous to you. You probably forget what it was even like to drive on the Logitech. Somehow we sneak a P3 on our banker lap. That just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so the gap to the car ahead, 9.9 seconds. Okay, their best lap time so far is a 1 minute 16.3.
Everyone else has to be on old tires as well. Maybe not everyone. The Red Bulls might be on new tires. By the way,
okay, we've only got one.
Doesn't matter. We don't need to set the lap, man. We've got our lap. We need to skip through some time now. Okay, we fall to P9. That sounds more like it. Let's put the right set of tires on. The grid's close, tell you that. There's less than a tenth between the top three, and Lando's P1. The McLarens are crazy in career modes. I'm telling you. Does not make any sense.
Everyone ready?
It does not make any sense. The McLarens are always somehow crazy in a career mode. Whatever. It is what it is. So we're not necessarily going to be one of the last ones to cross, but we will be pretty late. I really don't want to wear these tires out, but I also don't want to be behind a bunch of people. And they're not slowing down anytime soon. Buddy, what are you doing? The select and back buttons are swapped, and I can't change it. Oh no. That does not sound good, Shay. Come on, Pierre, don't do it. Brother. Brother.
"30 seconds left in the session."
Maybe the yellow flag will stop everybody from improving. That's our only chance. What was he doing, man? Unbelievable. We're saving these tires. Here comes everyone else. Let's see if there's any improvements. We have to pray that there's not, unfortunately. We have to hope our yellow flag somehow messed everyone else's lap up so they couldn't improve enough. We might stay P9 and just hold on to Q3 here. Oh my god. Are there the same buttons on the G923 as the G920? I want to copy your controls. Is there a plus and minus button and spin knob on the G920? I wish they would program the AI better. Doesn't make sense. Why would he ruin both of our hot laps? I mean, we both made it through. Maybe it was intentional. Who knows? No one improved, though. No one improved. We scraped through to Q3. If there's a plus and minus button here, and a spin knob with like a back button at the bottom right, then yes, there's the same buttons. Do you have those controls, do you know? We need to pause it before we ruin our... Okay, not the same, LOL. Okay, well, I use those two as my look right and look left, like on the track, and then my spin knob is used to change my brake bias. And the only thing I press the button for, I think I have the button as turn in, like in the pits. Alright, we have a new set of soft tires. We're probably not going to use them for the race. I can't tell which one of those is worse.
All clear the garage, please. Cars ready to leave.
I think there's only... I think those are the only buttons that are different, honestly. There's a pause button, a share button, a left button, a left steer button, a right steer button, the D-pad, the regular 4 buttons, and then the paddles. I really don't know how much is different on either one. Pretty sure it's just these two though. Like this is my look right, this is my look left. This doesn't do anything on circuit, and then my spin knob controls my brake bias, which is nice. I do like that, but it's really the only thing I've got. Everything else is almost standard besides my... Well, I guess nothing is standard, really. My DRS button is the left clicky button. I turn in and turn off my pit limiter with the share button. Pause is just pause. ERS is the A button. I don't know what this right button does. Can't remember what I have it programmed to. It's just something important though. You almost invalidated there. Okay, Pierre was clearly the first one to set a time. There's no way he should be fastest in Q3. There we go. Lando takes fastest lap. Of course, it's Lando. Now Oscar, of course. I'll tell you what, the McLaren boys are fast in the career mode. Verstappen goes P1. There we go. There's some realism. Leclerc P1. We go P5, just behind the McLarens. Not a horrible showing.
Lando's ahead of you now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 46.9 seconds. Okay, so their best lap time is a 1:15.7.
Okay, we have the same lap time. Do you play F1 all the time? Josh says. Mostly. I stream F1. I stream Assetto Corsa as well sometimes. Assetto Corsa has been somewhat buggy for me lately, so we haven't been able to play. But when I'm on stream, I mostly play F1. I play FPS games and like party games off stream and with my friends and stuff, but I don't really record that stuff because most people want to watch the best of the best, and I like to spend my time on F1. Alright, let's put the new softs on. Let them set their laps. Come out right now. Actually, no. We'll come out right now. It'll be the last car to come out.
Okay, engines fired up.
Last
Set.
car to cross the line. I appreciate you stopping in though, Josh. Welcome in, welcome in. I do believe you are on the horizontal chat of YouTube, so I appreciate you stopping in. Okay, so the time's going to be close. I'm not going to lie. We're pretty much going to have to drive this lap like normal without ERS to warm the tires up. We will be the last one to cross. Yeah, it feels horrible to me. Yeah, sure, I figured it was, man. I figured it would. I don't know how long you've had the Moza, but even after like 6 months. Is your car good? What rank on the grid are you? I am just below the top 5 teams. The Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, and the Aston Martin are all better than me, but I'm better than the rest of the other cars. There's like no force. There's like no force. I can feel the gears inside the wheel. Yep, that's exactly the problem that I have with mine. Okay, here we go. Hot lap in. I gotta focus up here, boys. Josh, Shay, Thor, give me a minute.
That's just 30 seconds left in the session.
Let's lock in. For those of you who are just now stopping in for the first time, we're on the same AI level that we usually run. We are on 108. There's some tracks where we go to 110, some tracks where we go less than 1.8. It all depends on the circuit and how good I feel like I can drive against the AI with a good race. Jay says, respect to you for driving with this and being fast. So P4. The field is tight. I only had like a tenth and a half improvement.
Let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting
Oh
the grid.
my goodness.
Leclerc, Verstappen, and Oscar Piastri.
Oh
With
my
qualifying
goodness.
wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow.
I appreciate that,
Be
Shay,
sure to
by the
join
way.
us then for what will no doubt
But
be
again,
a fantastic race.
enough time with anything, everyone can get comfortable on whatever they have. I know that direct drive is better, and it does feel better, and the responsiveness is better. Of course, that does tend to help a little bit, and the control and the braking is tending to help a little bit, but I've got my AI set to like 95. Hey Josh, that's not bad, man. Listen, don't ever judge where you are at compared to someone else is at, because you never know how much time they spent on the game or how many years they have in the game. If 95 is where you're at this year, then make 105 your goal for next year. That was what I did when I first started the game. I started at the highest possible AI level I could. I think it was 75 when I first started, is what I was racing on. And every 3 months or so, I would challenge myself to increase the AI and just continuously make it a little bit harder every single time. Especially in the Grand Prix modes. In the Grand Prix modes, you can kind of tweak it a little bit depending on where you start in the race. But my goal for every year is to always try and improve on my AI level. Hopefully next year, every single track, I'll be able to do 110 and compete with the AI every single time. I do know that there's plenty of time to find in my part, so I know that it's not all down to my equipment. You can be fast with anything. Although Shay does say, but there's only some tracks that I actually like. I understand that, Josh. I'm not going to judge you, man. I get it. All right, welcome in.
It's race
Round
day in
10.
Budapest as we get ready for
Let's
another
get to
round
it.
of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and it's time to see
The
how
starting
our
grid
drivers
for
are
the
stacking
race.
up after yesterday's
Remember, this is a
exciting
YouTube
qualifying
video
session.
as well,
Charles
so
Leclerc
if the
lines up on
stream
pole
seems
position,
like I'm talking
and
to
Max Verstappen
someone that's not
lines
there,
up
it's because I'm
alongside.
talking to the YouTube
Considering the
viewers
rest of the grid,
who
we
aren't on
have
the live stream.
Oscar Piastri, the Professor, Sainz, Perez, Norris, Gasly.
That was a huge qualifying lap.
Fernando
If I'm
Alonso,
honest, you're actually a really
Hamilton,
good driver.
Russell, Ocon, Stroll, Albon,
What's the rest of that message say?
Bottas, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Sonoda, Joe, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot.
You're actually a really good driver, even better than
And
me.
with lights out,
I
just
appreciate that,
moments
Josh,
away,
man.
it's time to go down
I've
to
got
the
a lot of
track.
time. I've got about 1,000 hours across all F1 games. I have probably 1,200 hours on a simulator, and probably close to 3,000 hours behind a wheel in a real car. And my team name is the Professor, also LMAO. And that's the best one. No one will ever say my name out loud. It'll never be in a commentator game until I become an F1 driver or I become an esports driver. And even still, I don't think that sometimes they put your name in there. I don't think we have any soft tires that aren't used. So I feel like our best bet is probably the medium to hard strategy. There is some soft tire runners around us. A bit worrying. Our teammates on the softs. Our tire wear is not very good. It's really not. If we can push the mediums for 14 laps, I definitely feel comfortable switching to the softs. I play F1 every day and I practice to get better. Hey, listen, it takes time, and you also have to know what you're practicing. You have to know where you can find your own time. Like, are you losing time during braking, or are you losing time on the exits? That's one of the easiest ways to start. Oh, we're 3 wide. I don't like this. We went a little deep there. All good. First warning, not great. But yeah, Josh, it really is just all about knowing what you're practicing, knowing where you can find your own time. And again, not everybody's perfect. I definitely make mistakes. I'm not the fastest driver. I am decently fast, but I'm not the fastest driver, especially around some tracks. But also, again, you don't ever want to try and compare yourself with anyone else. You never know the amount of time that they've spent behind a real wheel. Again, I haven't spent time racing behind a wheel, but I've spent a lot of time, I think, braking because I'm using no racing line. Yeah, and I mean, if you're just getting used to turning the racing line off, you could definitely have time to find, and that's just because you're not used to it. I would turn the racing line off if I had time to practice every day. I got 3 kids with me at home, and I'm pretty much a stay-at-home dad when I'm not on stream and recording my own thing, and the kids have their babysitter. We are losing touch to Verstappen here. Not what I wanted. But yeah, I would love to turn the racing line off. I know that I have time to find, and that in some instances I could brake later than I do. And I know some cases I brake later than I should. But sometimes I just don't have enough time to learn every single track. So I'm comfortable on a few tracks, but there's very, very, very few tracks that I would feel completely comfortable with turning the racing line completely off. Kind of half expect Verstappen to pull away here. That's 2 warnings. We really need to try and keep without a penalty, because it's going to be a DRS train. And if we end up with a 3-second time penalty, it's probably going to ruin our finishing position by at least 2 positions. Now, I'm not saying that we could fight for the win, because it does look like that's going to be a little bit tough. I have plenty of time to warm up and plenty of time to lock in. The medium tires are still graining together, so that I'm not worried about. I am, however, worried about the Red Bull behind the Ferrari that's behind me. Because they're both in faster cars, and the Red Bull is on the faster tire. And that was almost 3 penalty. That was almost 3 warnings right there. As a matter of fact, we're pretty lucky we didn't get a penalty. We probably should have. Almost lost the back end there. I should have dropped tire pressures. Oh man, I forgot to put the tire pressure lower. These tires are going to be overheating in about 2 more laps.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.2 seconds.
I'm okay if those two pull ahead a little bit. Don't really want them to pull away a lot. I am saving a little bit of ERS, trying not to use it. I'm hopeful that they start fighting and they lose some time and fall back to us. Unfortunately, so how's your day going? Day's pretty good, Josh, honestly. I appreciate you for asking, man. I woke up this morning a little bit later than I would have liked, but got a shower, cleaned up the house a little bit. We had lunch. It's been a pretty good day. How about yourself, Josh? I appreciate you asking.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.1 seconds.
It's been a pretty chill day. I usually try and keep it low before I go on stream. I know that I'm not the most high energy streamer, but it is still trying to get used to the schedule and everything else. I don't really know what other way to put it. It does seem like they're losing a little bit of time to us. I'm gonna stop with the ERS. As much as I can, I should say. We're catching up a little bit here. I know I said I would stop, but if we get into the DRS, we can get all of our ERS back. I think we just missed it. And until we get DRS from Verstappen, we're sitting duck in a straight. This is our chance. Into this corner, we can definitely break it. Alright, now we just gotta lock in, stay behind him. I'm worried that the soft tire's not the call, because they really should not have been slowed down that much. And it looks like Perez is even dropping time to Leclerc. And we're only on lap 7. And if the Red Bull is losing tire grip of the soft on lap 7, I can't do 11 laps on those things. I'm gonna have to do the hard tire. Unless I nurse the softs to the end. I need chat. Shay, Josh, I need y'all to let me know. We should just let him take this. He's faster than us and we can just stick to the back of him. Think you can go hard so you can just push.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
That's not what we needed. I think hard tire's a good call. Softs will be slower towards the end. Yeah, I agree. I would be a sitting duck if they go soft to hard and they rubber up right when I start to lose my grip. That's likely their strategy is soft to hard. I almost lost the back end. Shane knows more than I agree. Quite bad, to be honest. Josh, I hate to hear that, man. If you want to talk about it, I'm more than willing to listen. I know that my responses aren't the quickest, but I will read the chat as soon as I get any seconds. But if you want to talk about it, I'm here, man. I apologize that your day's not been good. The only thing I'll say without knowing anything is that sometimes the bad days make the better ones what they are. Because without bad days, you wouldn't know what a good day is. I'm not trying to get philosophical or nothing. I'm just saying. Sometimes you have to be thankful for what you have and be thankful for the fact that you are more than likely in a better position than someone else. Wise words from the elderly, Shay says. That is a questionable choice of words. My man says elderly. I turned 24 and what day is it today? Is today the 17th? Is today the 17th or the 18th? I turned 24 in either 9 or 10 days. Man's is saying wise words from the elderly. I see how it is, Shay. This elderly is in shape enough to race just alongside you, brother. These hard tires are beat. These mediums, I mean. We're definitely going to the hard tire. Question now is when. I think the soft runners are going to pit this next lap. So our best bet is to either cover them off. 19th, brother. Today's the 19th. Okay, well, I turned 24 in 8 days. Either way. Elderly's a crazy choice. I'll take old soul. That's the best you can give me. Y'all have to wait till I'm 30 before you can start throwing the elderly word around. And then it's still not even acceptable. It just will be in the gaming community. Because for some reason, if you're not in your 20s, you can't enjoy a game. Every time I see a TikTok of any of the what used to be really popular streamers in Fortnite days, Ninja, Courage, Nick A30, Verstappen pits now. Alright, we're pitting next lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Hard tires. Try not to light them up. We're probably going to pit behind the McLaren and behind the Ferrari. Sergio is likely to pit with us. I doubt Russell pits off the hards. So he'll probably overtake for P1. Either way, we're still in a good spot. Wish I didn't have to use the restroom. I can only imagine how it really must feel. The only good thing I can say about their situation is that they don't have a couple thousand lumen lights right next to their face to make a camera look good. I should have tried to undercut Leclerc here, but I seen him stay out. I said we have to stay out too. Only because my mom passed away
Alexander's
and
coming
had
in for his
school
stop
as
now.
well. Josh, I really appreciate you coming in. I don't know what to say to you, man. Unfortunately, I only know friends who have felt the pain that you are feeling. It's one of the most inconceivable things in the world. I'll never understand it.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
They went soft to medium. Leclerc doesn't even pit. I think he's bold for that.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. That was a
Great stop.
fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
You lose a couple spots, but it's nothing. We might have to give this up to Sergio behind us. These hard tires just won't grip in for probably another 3 or 4 laps, and I don't know if we can catch up to Norris to stay in the DRS or not. We're definitely going to try. I don't like the fact that he chose to go side by side through there. It's not even worth defending that hard. He's on the better tire. his tire will slow down towards the end. And we just got to hook to the back of him. Not worth ruining all my time. Leclerc's probably going to the soft. You were right, Leclerc does go to the soft.
Great maneuver. You made it look so easy.
He probably stayed out too long. I really don't want to try and hold him up. It's kind of the same thing with Sergio again. His tires are definitely going to fall off.
So the car behind's just come in. They're now on a soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind.
We're losing so much time fighting like this. It's not even worth it. It's ruining everyone's race. I can't stick to Sergio with him wasting time like that. It's going to be a challenge trying to stay within the softs, probably this next 2 laps. Just because of how much speed he's actually going to have. Either way, we're not here to give up. We're not here to make excuses. We're here to get the best finish we possibly can. We still have plenty of ERS. I have been quite conservative with that this race. I don't know if conserve is the word. We've just been pretty decent at recharging. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to break the DRS, and like I said, it's going to be hard to keep up. Oh, I think we just missed it. As he sets the fastest lap, their strategy's never good. Yeah, the AI strategy is always weird, but I'm pretty sure you're talking about Leclerc and Ferrari strategy specifically, and I would have to agree their strategy usually has got some kind of weird thing in it. I'm gonna use a little bit of ERS to try and get back in the DRS zone. We just got it by the skin of our teeth. When's your next live stream? Josh, I'm live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 to 7 p.m. YouTube and Twitch, either way. I appreciate you stopping in. Usually people ask that because they have to leave, and if you do, I appreciate you stopping in. Again, I hope for the best, man. Just remember that she's always proud of you, and she'll always be looking down on you. So just do your best to always show her that you're a good man who she raised to be. It's the best I've got to say. I really don't know what else advice I could give you. I wish you wouldn't have to feel that pain.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
It's getting a little warm in the room. I'm not going to lie to you. Starting to warm up a bit. Anyone that wants to, I mean, it's been like 2 years. Hey man, listen. That pain will always be with you, and that means that she'll always be with you. And that's one thing that I know for sure. Someone's got an engine failure. Leclerc engine failure.
Okay, clear.
I think he got off to the right spot. Either way, Josh, I appreciate you coming in. Like I said, I'll be live again on Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. I'm live Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The same time every day.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 3.3 seconds.
I do want to start a morning stream at some point. Either adding a day or on the same day as one of the later streams. Oh no. We're locked in ERS mode. I'm not pressing the ERS button. Look. It's not me, I promise. It is not me. My car is bugged out and we are locked in ERS mode. We're not going to have any ERS to defend ourselves against George Russell down the straight. And he's going to have DRS.
Okay, that's us.
Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, Josh.
5 laps of fuel left.
Whether or not you leave now or not, I appreciate you coming by tonight. You're welcome anytime. Hopefully EA and Apex can put out a statement that makes me feel a little bit better, and we'll be doing some open lobbies this week sometime, either Thursday or Friday. Haven't really figured out for sure. One day, either one of those days for sure, we're going to do an open lobby regardless. I believe it's an Apex problem. It's not been confirmed nor denied, but I'm not going to live in fear the whole time because that will just ruin some of my content. Although I do enjoy the Road to Glory, I also love to post it on YouTube as well, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to pre-record these. Staying to watch. Hey, I appreciate the love, Josh. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the sub button, brother. You'll be notified every time we go live on YouTube. And of course, it does help my channel out. It helps YouTube push my channel. And it is very much appreciated by yours truly.
Behind is 0.5 seconds.
It's going to be a battle to the end. Our tires are getting better slowly. Theirs have to be at the 25% range by now. Ours are close to 20. So they're probably riding 27, anywhere from 28 to 30% right now.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.7 seconds.
So we are on the better tire currently. I think our best bet is to use our pace to catch up. We don't use any overtake, and if we do catch up, oh, that's not how we do it. We can't get another warning. Then we'll have 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Do you have F1 Manager? I don't, but I've looked about it and thought about getting F1 Manager 24. I know that there's a lot of good things that you can do in the game, and you have a lot more control over the development of the car and the way things go, and the game is very interesting. I do love that about F1 is the overall like engineering processes and the money side of things, trying to control the cap budget and all those things. When's it coming out? I don't think it has a official release date yet. I just know that they've put out teasers about info, like there's supposed to be a create a team feature, kind of like F1 23's My Team, but it's going to be way, like it's going to be F1 Manager's way of doing it. So it's going to be a little bit better in terms of customization and control. And I don't think they have a official release date yet. I might be wrong. I think they said summer of this year, but I really can't remember. The game is very interesting. I do enjoy the appeal of it, and I think that it would give me more content to make, especially because it's a little bit, you can dive a little bit deeper into the team, into the engineering processes and etc. But I also think that it would just be a different change of pace because you're not the one driving most of the time. I don't know if the creative team will be you driving, but in F1 Manager, you can choose whether or not you want to drive or not. I know F1 24 is on May 31st. Yep, the early release is going to, early access is going to be May 28th. And then also if you have EA, there's a play test. There's going to be 3 weekends. There's our 6-second time penalty we didn't need. But now we really have to push. But there's going to be 3 weekends where the F1 24 will be play testable, and you can give feedback to EA. Of course, it's hand selected, so you have to be chosen to give the code for. But you can sign up on EA's website. I've signed up. I believe it's April 9th through the 12th. Then it's the 15th through the 18th, and then like the May 15th through the 18th again, I think. I can't remember the exact dates. I just remember there's 3.
Final lap, push.
What do you mean by EA? It's so EA and Codemasters create F1 game, and they post like updates about the game, and they're kind of the head publisher of the game. So there's a play test that they're releasing, which is like a closed beta. I'd rather get it when it comes out. No, I get what you're saying. The play test is free. You don't have to pay any money for it. You just have to sign up and be selected for it. And you can play the game early and see if there's bugs or not. Or like report the bugs back to them if there is bugs, etc.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left now. The tank's pretty much empty.
I know the tank's empty, buddy. We could have lowered the fuel even more. Ultimately, I think we're going to fall down to P8 here, which is not great. It is still points. We finished P6 on the track. Ultimately, where we finish on the track's what matters. I am sweating. These lights are getting to me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The fan is not on today because I thought it was cold enough. Pretty sure we're going to come home P8.
Pick up rubber and bring it home.
We do come home P8. We did get points, so I can't be 100% upset about things. We've gotten points. They're not the best points that we could have done.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto.
I'm a little bit upset by it.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table.
A little bit upset by it.
Natalie Pinkham,
I can't
who
be
would you
too
rank
mad.
as your driver of the day?
Oscar Piastri gets my vote today.
Let's move on to the constructors. And pulling further
Check
ahead
our
in the
standings here.
It's Red Bull.
George
That was
Russell
certainly an
finishes
exciting
above us.
weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us
Due
for
to our
more
time
exciting
penalty,
Formula One action very
we lose
soon.
our first race to our rival. We beat Hamilton. We probably should have selected Hamilton. He's probably on the edge of retirement in this career. We stay P9 in the driver's standings, just ahead of Fernando. We are now 28 points ahead of Aston Martin in the constructor standings. Thankfully, Albon overtakes Stroll. We have two decent teammates. Me and Albon should be able to take out Fernando Alonso because I don't see Lance Stroll scoring many points this season. Now we know what we need to improve on for next race. Obviously, we needed no penalties. We stay tied in the rivalry, which is decent for us. It helps us. We get a claim. We're going to double check our upgrades here. We're pretty much going back-to-back weekends, so we probably won't have time to put any upgrades on.
We can reduce our chances of similar
We
failures
do
in the
have two
future and
upgrades
focus on
coming
improvements to
through.
our powertrain.
I got 200 resource points for that ERS faulty maneuver. Just after Belgium, we'll be going. Oh man. A 45% chance. I've got a my team car. I'd usually start a my team. I didn't this year because I was moving and figuring out my house situation when this game first came out, and I just lost my chance to make content about my team and make it interesting. I do plan to make my team content next year. I do like my team. This is just a driver career mode. I've taken over Williams and created it and made it Lamborghini. We're going to do one more upgrade, and then we have to save for the rest of the season, just in case there's a change. I mean, we know there's not going to be a change. We're rushing it. We're going to rush the major downforce upgrade. Hopefully it goes on. It's a 45% chance of failure, so it's pretty risky. We could maybe do one more upgrade. Yeah, we're going to do a durability upgrade. I'm going to check our mail. And see if we can't spend any money. No money to spend. What we'll do here, we are going to quit to the menu. We're going to save. I am going to need to use the bathroom. So, unfortunately, I'm going to run a quick ad, throw it on the Be Right Back screen. Then we'll finish off with some time trial laps. We got about 15 minutes before the stream ends. We'll finish off with some time trial laps, see if we can't set, I don't know, maybe a top 10%. So let's think of tracks we're running, and you'll have to let me know what tracks we're running. Again, we'll be back. Less than 2 minutes. Appreciate it, everyone.
Holding on to what I know, to everything I've learned, what is real and fabricated, what is wrong, what is my problem, what can I get out of this world that I created, fighting the storms in my head, don't know where I have been, I'm alone, no one to to, no one understands. Shit's too complicated. Away, and I feel like I am someone else. Away, and I feel like I don't know myself, no. Away, and I feel like I don't know my name. And I don't want to live this way. I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing the mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
We're back. Apologize. Again, I don't like to take the restroom breaks. Unfortunately, your boy is still human. And, yeah, I still gotta use the bathroom sometimes. Maybe I should stop drinking so much water on the day I stream. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we should just chill on the water for the stream days. Okay. Alright. Again, I appreciate everyone tuned in. Appreciate everyone that stopped by tonight. We're going to finish up with some time trial laps. Nothing crazy. It's going to be something simple. It's going to be something we're just going to try and set some good laps. Unfortunately, my phone did die. Can I recommend some tracks? Of course, Josh. Hit me with some tracks. I made the comment before I left, so of course I've got to take into consideration. If you want to say 2 or 3 tracks, and I'll pick one, or if you want to say one track that you have in mind. We'll do the alpha, just because I like the alpha. Okay. All right. If you're on Twitch, let me know. Josh says guitar. I do like a guitar. If you're on Twitch, let me know if you have any other opinions besides guitar. I know that Shay won't mind a guitar. He does like that. We'll give it a minute or so. We'll give y'all a minute or so. Right. Guitar it is. Okay. Let's see if we can't beat our current time. Our current time, we are on a 121.446. We are top 12%. See if we can't get in the top 10% right here. See if we can't load a more recent setup. I think all those people are cheating, so I don't really trust that. Oh, I didn't mean to set Yarno as the rival. I think if you keep streaming and making videos, you'll make it to a big time streamer and YouTuber. Hey Josh, I really appreciate you saying that, man. That means a lot. That obviously is my goal. Main reason I started streaming was because streaming and YouTube, watching YouTubers and learning from them and just hearing what their experiences were, I felt molded me into who I was and changed me for who I am, for a better. And that's what I'd love to do for even just one person. Just give them advice to help them find something in their life. But I appreciate the love, Josh. That does mean a lot. My real goal when I first started F1 was to eventually end up on the esports grid. And I still would love to end up on the grid. Unfortunately, I just don't know if I have enough time to practice to get as good as they are right now in this current moment. I would love to be as fast as them and compete with them. I've always wanted to compete at the highest level of every game I've ever played. We'll settle in because this is our first time really using this setup, so we'll let it kind of sink in a little bit. We'll do one full lap. Don't you have to be insane at F1 to be in esports? Yeah, you do. The ghost right there in front of me is a two-time esports champion, Jarno Otmir. My favorite F1 driver in terms of esports. He's a demon and anything behind a wheel. He was a real Formula racer. He raced in Formula Renault and could have probably been an actual F1 driver if he had the sponsors to back him. But unfortunately, the amount of money it takes to get into legit F1 is just unrealistic for people that don't have a billionaire backing like Carlos Sainz or come from a rich family. But yeah, you have to be very fast to be in the F1 esports. They're right before we move this year. So I moved in November of 2023. Before I moved, I was within about a second of the esports guys on their time trial laps. And again, I'm not saying that that's anything to be extremely proud of, because a second is a lot of time, especially in Formula One. But I have to take my wins where I can find them, and I'm being pretty decent, I would like to say. I am acceptable of my times on some laps, and I know that I have time to find on other laps. It's all about just hooking up all three sectors. We are finding some time here. Finding a lot of time here. Come on. Lost time there. It's all right. And there. See, that's usually what happens. If you don't mind me asking, are you from America? Yeah, I am. You can ask any questions that you like, Josh. I'll answer anything. If it's something I don't want to answer, then I'll just let you know, man. I'm not I'm not here to be picky, and especially if you're just trying to learn more about me. I am from America. I've lived here my whole life. I was born and raised in Ohio. I've lived in Ohio my entire life. I've done very few amounts of traveling. I've never been outside of the United States. I would like to visit some places. I do know that there's plenty of places in the States that I could go to. But I sure would love to go to an F1 race. No, I don't mind you asking at all, though. Based on your question, I'm going to say that you're probably from England. And based on the way that you typed a word out earlier, I'm also going to say that you're England. Yeah, you're from the UK. That's what I figured. I know that, I mean, Formula One's probably, that's probably the biggest country for Formula One. And I get a decent amount of viewers from the UK, and I love watching a lot of the UK creators. I don't know what a word to put them in, but like the Sidemen. I used to watch Sidemen all the time. I don't really anymore. We probably got one more lap, and then we'll go ahead and call it. We did have an improvement. We know that we have maybe like half a tenth to find. We can't see our delta time anymore. If I'm honest, I'm actually get along. If I'm honest, I actually really get along with friends who live in America. Yeah, I mean, I've never looked at where people are from as a sign of if we could be friends or not. I've always just tried to find genuine people. I have some pretty close friends from Saudi Arabia. I have some close friends from Kuwait. I have a couple friends from the UK. I have a couple Japanese friends as well. I think the Americans are quite funny. Listen, if I can be your entertainment for the day, I will gladly be that. American or not. I think we're losing time on these laps. Gotta be honest. Hey, it's Preston. Run that shit up, brother. What up, Preston? We go 3/10 faster than our current lap. We got one more in us. We got one more in us, then we'll check to see if we can break top 10%. We invalidate. I knew that was coming. I went in that corner a little bit too deep. Try a streamline speed or downforce setup. Yeah, that's what we're running right now. We're running pretty high downforce. It's 50 on the front wings and like 37 on the rear wing. I copied Yarno Otmir's setup, so. Oh my goodness gracious. Is EA broken right now? Our time does not count. There's no absolute way that our time does not count. Alright. We're going to do one more lap here. Welcome in, Preston. I appreciate you stopping, brother. Whether you're on lunch or if you're at work, you better be careful. Don't get in trouble. If you're on lunch, enjoy it. I appreciate you stopping through. You're about to see me break top 10%. These times aren't going to count, I don't think. Well, that time definitely is not going to count. Well, we know we can beat our time here. We beat it by 3/10, but we were up by almost 5/10 on one lap at one point, and we screwed it in the last corner, but we're probably going to call it there. I don't think, unfortunately, the server's working, so for some reason my time is not updating. Alrighty. Let's see. I mean, I don't want to go through this whole list, but Steam only. We're top 9,000, top 15%. Watch stream Thursday and Friday. Hey Josh, I appreciate it. We're gonna get one chat scene here going. Give me one moment. Again, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. Whether you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch, if you haven't already, hit the follow or the subscribe button. If you're on Twitch and you haven't already and you have Twitch Prime, make sure you hit me with the free Prime sub if you haven't used it already. Easy way to check is link your Twitch account, link your Amazon account, and you should be able to click subscribe and it'll say free Twitch Prime sub. If you don't have it, don't use it. It's all good. I do appreciate everyone that rolled through. Again, we're going to be live on Thursday, same time, 5 to 7 p.m. Make sure you look out for that. If you want to check out my YouTube for the latest highlights of the Road to Glory, make sure you look out for those. We did miss the Silverstone Grand Prix because our data got corrupted, but everything else from then on should be running up to speed. I appreciate everyone stopped in. We'll be live again on Thursday. Everyone else trying to have a great night. Catch you on Thursday. Peace. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. If you're on YouTube vertically, have a great night. Make sure you come through the streams. If you want to see the whole screen, check out the horizontal stream. Check out Twitch. My link is in my bio. Have a great night. Peace.